was changed and made new when an angel made his dream come true. And now he brings his dream to you. And it's Spoonful, Paolo.
Hey big dreamers, I'm Paolo Presta and welcome to Spoonful of Paolo! Today we got a special show for you because joining us is the very talented and hilarious Sean Hayes. Now, I haven't seen Sean in 10 years since Oprah Winfrey made my wildest dream come true and got me a walk-on speaking role in Will and Grace. Now today, Sean Hayes is starring in CBS's hit sitcom The Millers playing Kip, and let me tell you, he is so funny in it. So, I can't wait to go see Sean and I'll see you all there. Okay, so this is an honor. Sean Hayes on A Spoonful of Paolo. I just want to say thank you so much because
you're welcome. How many have people finished that? A spoonful of Paolo makes the medicine go.
Oh yeah, they keep saying it over and over
sure.
and over.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Can you believe I haven't seen you in 10 years?
I know. How have you been?
I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing good, and I have to say that.
Congratulations! This is
thank you,
amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm so happy to do this.
Oh, thank you. And I want to say honestly, you just look good because sometimes you haven't seen someone in 10 years, and people change, whatever it is, but you look exactly the same.
Oh,
it's
you're so
driving me
sweet.
crazy.
Lines.
Oh,
Thank
whatever. You look so good.
Thank you.
You know, like
you look the same too.
Oh, whatever.
We
okay.
all look the same.
Okay, you have a minute. Go ahead and keep talking about me.
Call me in like 15 years. I promise you won't say I look the same. 15 years, 15 minutes.
Oh my God. You know, I just want to say, because, you know, people always ask me, why was it the show you wrote to Oprah that you wanted to be on, for me to be a guest on Will and Grace? And I always tell people, because it was a show that I felt like I could relate to.
Sure.
And especially with your character, with Jack, I just felt so comfortable. It was really the only show at that time that I felt like this is the show I'm going to watch every week.
Aww.
So it really meant a lot for me to be there, you know, with the Oprah crew, with you guys, who treated me so nice. And I just want to say thank you for that. I really...
Well, thank you. Yeah, we were so thrilled. It was so thrilling that she put that together. That kind of Make-A-Wish kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was so thrilling. We're like, wait, what? Oprah had this guy? And now he's going to be on the show? We were so excited.
Oh, thank you.
So, and then you had, do you remember your line?
Yes, I remember that. The first line was, hey, Will, do you have time to go over the Morris case?
Right.
But then I had the second one that Jim gave me, and I didn't want it because this is how crazy it was back then. Because the second line was, at least I'm the second gayest lawyer here. And I'm like, it has the gay word back then because I wasn't out yet, really. I'm like, oh no, what's my family going to think? And I wanted to tell Jim, I don't want that line. It's okay. One line is just good. But it actually worked out great. And I mean, I messed it up a couple times in the show, but it was just so, the experience that I took with me, besides the acting part, it was just being surrounded by you guys and seeing how close you guys were together. I just loved every second of it.
Isn't it amazing, going back to what you said about, like, once you are comfortable with yourself and comfortable with sharing yourself to the world, once you do that, you realize, oh, those decisions I made before seem so... petty and stupid, like like those things that you said no to before, were afraid of before. Now that you're out, I'm out, you're out, whoever, that you're just like, gosh, that was so dumb of me.
It's amazing.
And the power you have now to express yourself to others and showing them that you're okay with yourself makes them okay with themselves.
It's so true. I mean, we learn from what we did before, and now we try to make it easier for the people out there watching your show, watching this show. You 100%. Know, that just be who you are, live your authentic life,
and then people are drawn to you. When you're not a liar and afraid of everything.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm curious. Do you remember where you were when you got that phone call that you booked the role of Jack? Do you remember? Were you home? Were you?
Yes, I was. It's so funny. It's a long time ago. So I had a beeper.
The beeper?
I didn't have a cell phone. Nobody had cell phones yet. And so I had a beeper, which is weird because it seems like a year ago, but it was like 1998. So whatever that is, I can't do the math. That's why I'm an actor. But so I had a beeper, and I did the test already, and I was driving my car, and so I knew when the beeper went off, and I had to pull over to a payphone, call my manager, and just say, I knew before, but I was still shaking. I was like, yes. He goes, you got the problem. I was like, what? I freaked out.
That is
so
amazing.
Wild. Yeah.
Just seeing you like in the 10 years and how you've grown. I mean, with your own production company, you're producing all these shows, and now you're on the hit CBS show, The Millers, and I love seeing you. This is like the 3rd episode. Yeah. What's it been like for you being a part of this amazing cast? Like,
oh my gosh, it's a dream come true.
Yes.
I mean, what a stellar A-list cast. I'm like, why are you calling me? But yeah, Will Arnett, who's a
Yes.
really good friend of mine and has been for years and years, and Margot Martindale.
Love
Everybody
her.
in the world wants to work
Yes.
with Margot.
She plays Carol, your new BFF on the show.
That's
Love
right.
it. Yeah.
And Nathan's mom, who's Nathan's Will Arnett. And then Beau Bridges plays Carol's ex-husband, Nathan's dad, who is Beau Bridges, who played my stepfather on
Grace. Yep.
And then Jamie Mays is great, and Nelson Franklin, and Lulu, the little girl Lulu.
Oh.
She's so cute. She's so funny. And J.B. Smoot, who I was a huge fan of from Curb Your Enthusiasm and a bunch of other things. He's hilarious. Everybody, yes, to your point, everybody is phenomenal. And Jimmy Burrows is directing every episode.
Who directed every episode of Will and Grace. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to feel like a little mini reunion. People are like, are you doing a reunion of Will and Grace? You can be like, I'm doing it now. Like, watching on the Millers.
Right.
Like, half of them are there, you know? That's
We're just,
so cool.
yeah. I wish Deborah, Megan, and Eric would come on. Wouldn't that be
You
wonderful?
never know. The season just begun this season, so you just never know.
Yeah,
That's so cool. You know, and for you, where you are in your life, did you have to audition for this part, or did they call you like, hey, Sean, we have this great character for you. We think you'd be awesome, or...
It's one of those rare, very rare moments where I got a phone call, and Jimmy Burrows called me first. He's like, honey, I got a job for you. You want to do it? And I was like, what is it? He's like, The Millers. And I was like, what? He sounds like he's out of a 20s movie. Like The Millers. No, and I was like, oh my God, I love that show. Are you kidding me? And so then Greg Garcia, who's a genius, who created the show, spoke to him, and then me and Will were like, Will Arnett, we were like, can you believe we're going to be on a show together? It was so wild.
That is so
exciting.
crazy.
So we laugh every day.
You know, I sit there and I look at you. I look at this guy who's a part of my life 10 years ago who really changed my life. Your character, you, and here we are at your production office. And did you ever dream this big, Sean? I mean, you're like an Emmy winner. You have 4 SAG awards, 6. You have 6. Hold on. You have 6 Golden Globe nominations. You're a Tony nominee for Promises. I mean, you think of all that. Did you ever dream this big, that all this would be part of your life, your career, what you dreamed of?
Well, that's such a good question. Did I ever dream that big? I mean, yes, you have to, I suppose, dream about things that you want to aspire to or goals you want to attain. I think if you don't, I'm a big proponent of writing your goals down. And so I do that a lot. I write down goals, and it's really kind of amazing that a lot of them come true, you know?
Yeah.
And so I don't know that I ever thought they'd come true, but I do dream a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. But you talk about goals. Didn't this start when you were in college where you would make like a goal list, whether they were big goals or small goals?
How do you know that?
Honey, does he not watch Oprah Winfrey? Like, we learned from the queen, okay? Like, it's true. Like, because I heard you say to someone that's when your life actually changed, when you would sit and write, whether they were big goals or small goals.
Yeah.
That, like, really changed.
I'd write like eat better, or like,
God,
you know,
see?
say hello to 10 people and meet them today. And then in addition to that, I'd write, you know, bigger goals, like I want to be a guest on the David Letterman show one day. You know, when I was like 20, I'd write that, and there you are, and it's just like. So I really think it focuses your drive every day.
Yeah.
If it gives you structure and it gives you purpose.
It does.
And
keep going at it.
Yeah. And then most days you subconsciously are working towards those goals and hopefully achieving them.
It's so amazing that we're both, we grew up outside of Chicago in the suburbs, and you know, for me, like they know the story that I tried to get out of my family's grocery store because I always knew there was bigger things that I wanted to do for myself. And so my way back then was just writing letters to Oprah, like hundreds of letters. What was it for you to get out of the suburbs, outside of Chicago, to know that you had this dream that you wanted to live? What was that motivated you to push you?
Well, being an actor, I mean, I think, I don't know if I have to sit and think about that. If there's one specific person or event, there's lots of people that motivated me. But I think going from my home life, which was very chaotic growing up, that's in a different interview.
That's an Oprah exclusive.
That's an Oprah exclusive. And kind of getting out of that chaos. And once I got to college, and I used to love school and then high school, and then out of high school going to college, I found who I was, and I found people who accepted me for who I was. And then from there, I was always involved in theater and somehow in music. So I just was like, oh my gosh, this is so lovely. I wonder what's bigger than this. And bigger than theater in college is theater in Chicago. And then what's bigger than theater in Chicago? Maybe film and television in New York or LA. And then,
I love how you always had this picture. Like, you just weren't on one thing. Like, you had your list. You had different things to keep motivating you.
Yeah.
Just because if this didn't work out, doesn't mean you're going to give up.
Right.
There was another outlet to go to.
Right. And I think that's the thing about, not to go on and on about goals, but I
Yeah.
think that's the thing about achieving small, teeny tiny goals empowers you to believe that you can then attain even bigger goals.
Yes, because people only see like, oh, I want to be an actor. I want to be on the show.
How do you get there?
Yeah, how do you get there?
Well,
How do you
start
get
out by making a goal of, I'm going to get pictures made.
Yeah.
That's it. Just have
And I
somebody
think that's what
with
we-
a camera
Yes,
take your photo.
yes, yeah.
Okay, now what?
And now what do you do after that?
Right. Oh, I have to go do a resume. I don't have any resume.
Oh.
Well, what do? I know. I'll audition for plays.
Oh, then I need an agent.
Right.
Let me go get Sean Hayes' agent. I mean, look him
Well,
up.
you're right. It seems overwhelming to
Yeah.
a lot of people, and it is if you think about it on that scale. That's why you have to make it real small and write it down.
Yes, that's what I did with our show, because you can't sit and wait, okay, I'm going to get my own talk show, it's going to be an ABC, it's going to be daytime.
Right.
And, I came home one day and said, Patrick, I have this idea, he is amazing helping with this, and this is our 4th season, and it's just amazing having you be a part of it.
That's so great.
Well, thank
Well,
you.
I'm so happy
So we're going
to
to
do
end
that.
our show with this. We're going to play a Spoonful of You, which is, you have 1 minute, these
Okay.
are questions about you, so we need the spoon, This
Oh my
is
God.
every week, you need to hold the spoon, it brings you good luck, okay?
Oh my God.
So hold the spoon, and...
Hilarious. This is really funny.
Okay, so you have 1 minute now, and
Okay.
do a good job, and you can't pass on anything. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Go. Okay, who is your favorite comedy idol?
I think I'm sitting right next to
Oh,
him.
yeah, such a lot. Whatever. Okay, that's an idol. Let's keep it like that then. I could be good at my reel. Okay.
But I must say, and Marty Short.
Okay, hello. Okay, we won't edit that out. Okay, what is one thing in your career that you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
Oh gosh,
I'm interested.
a film.
Okay.
Yeah, like a
well,
big
we
star.
did Three Stooges, but a big
I have something in mind that I've always wanted to do, and I might be doing it next year. So.
Okay, I like that. Okay, out of all the celebrities you worked with, who were you most nervous to meet? Because you've worked with a lot of
Oh wow! Out of all the
niche here.
celebrities, yeah. I was really nervous to work with Michael Douglas because I think he's amazing.
Oh my god.
And I was also nervous to work with Madonna because she was at the time, and still she's pretty famous, but at the time she
Was
was
she a diva?
enormous.
Was she a diva?
Next question.
Okay. What's something you still have that you kept? Okay, you're a star, you get extra minute. What's something you still have that you kept after taping Will and Grace?
Oh, at the end, we all had the opportunity to take one thing from the set. And so I took a little framed, tiny little framed painting that was in the back, like, cubicle part of where Will's bedroom was.
Oh.
So it was in that little hallway back there.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
If you had to hang one piece of fan art in your bedroom, which one would you pick? Would it be Sean? Would it be Sean and Mr. Tinkles or Sean and Megan?
I think it'd be Sean Mr. Tinkles.
Okay, this is me going top of your bed then. Okay, cool. Okay, your character.
Although that
Well,
makes me
let's
look
go.
like a lesbian now, which I like. Which I
Well,
actually
your
like.
your fans do great work, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, your character Kip just did an amazing scene using Pig Latin. Can you just say something in Pig Latin, anything, a sentence, a word? I mean, that scene of you deserves an Emmy because it was hilarious.
I weigh un full spay of way Paolo pay.
Okay, oh yeah, ole. Okay, good job. And the last one. This was my last residual check from Will and Grace. Was yours bigger or smaller than this?
Well, actually, mine was much smaller. than that.
Okay, I got that part. We'll leave it like that. Okay, so I just want to say,
That's
Sean
really
Hayes,
fun to have that.
I just want to say to you, thank you for being part of this because celebrating 10 years, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather celebrate the 10 years because you were there since day one and you're here today, and I really mean this. I just want to say thank you.
You're
It
so
really
sweet.
means a lot to me, okay?
That means a lot to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so don't forget, you can catch the Millers Monday night on CBS. So much fun, and thank you all for watching Dream Big, and a special thanks to this guy right over here, Sean Hayes.
Bye, y'all.
Yay!